guys, welcome to a new week. This week we're going to be talking about responsible driving. We're actually going to be wrapping it up, and you guys are going to do your major assessment for this chapter dealing with that. So let's talk about our to-dos. You are going to watch this video. Today you're going to research for the video. Tomorrow you will compile, review your rubric, make sure you have everything, and then Wednesday you're going to need to record and submit. So let's talk about a few reminders. It's a new week, so I'm just going to update you on a few things. Going forth, we are going to have weekly Zoom meetings. This week, it's going to be tomorrow at 11. So tomorrow is Tuesday at 11. Going forward, it will be every Monday at 10. It is required to be there, and it will be a classwork grade. So please make sure that you guys are there tomorrow at 11 for that. We also have a new exam policy in place. Typically, this was something that was just for seniors, but we're kind of doing it as an incentive to help you guys stay motivated and hopefully help you guys get through all of this. So if you have a B or higher, you will be exempt from the final exam this semester. So work really hard to keep those grades up. If you have a C or below, you're going to have to take it. So make sure you're taking all of this seriously and getting that done. Submission policy. I talked about this briefly, and now I'm going to go over it one more time before I start taking off. Make sure everything is typed. When you guys handwrite things and then take pictures and submit them, sometimes it's hard for me to read. So I need you to type it all. And if I ask you to use a submission box where I say type it in the submission box, you're not going to upload a PDF. You're not going to upload pages or a Word file. You're going to actually submit it in that typed submission box on the portal. I would suggest typing it in GoodNotes and then just copying it and pasting it. That way you can save it in GoodNotes in case there's a problem, but you're still putting it through that submission box. And if it is a paper, it needs to be submitted as a PDF. That way it stays in the format that you've put it in. Nothing gets messed up when it transfers to my computer. Late submissions, those have changed a little bit too. If you submit something late, number one, make sure you message me in the portal. Once I put a grade in, it does not tell me that you have put something new in, so I do not have a way of knowing that you put something in unless you let me know. Make sure when you message me, you include the name of the assignment and say, Mrs. L, I turned in, whatever that name is. You will lose 20 points per day. It used to be 50% off, and now it's only 20 points per day, which is nice, but that doesn't mean take advantage of it. I'm also going to count Saturday and Sunday as one day, so if it's due on Friday and you submit it on Sunday, that's going to be 1 day off. If you do it on Monday, that's going to be 2 days off, so I'm kind of folding those into one. I'm trying not to submit it late, but just so you know how I'm grading. And things won't be accepted after 5 days, so on the 4th day, you've lost 80% of your grade. So try to make sure that y'all are following through with that. All right, so let's talk about objectives today. Today you guys are going to understand requirements for the Safety on the Road Major Assessment, and you're going to create an informative video showcasing the importance of responsible driving. We're also briefly going to go over some responsible driving tips. I know y'all are not quite there yet, but believe it or not, y'all will be behind the wheel soon. Once you turn 15, you can get your permit, and then once you're 16, you get your license, and you're out there on your own. And as y'all saw with those statistics, a lot of the people who get in accidents are younger people. Part of it is inexperience, and part of it is just the, how do I say this kindly? Trying to be nice here. And part of it is just a lack of maturity. So these are tips to help you stay mature and to help you be a responsible driver when you start driving. So number one, you want to stay focused. You always want to be focused on the road in front of you, on the things that you're doing. Driving is a very important task. You are holding your own life and other people's lives in your hands. So staying focused is incredibly important. Stay alert. What do I mean by that? You want to look around, see what's going on around you. Part of staying alert is also making sure that you are your system is alert, so that you haven't been drinking or that you haven't taken anything, whether it's like a narcotic or something along those lines, or that you're not too sleepy. If you are overly tired, you want to pull over and give yourself a break, obviously in a safe place. Remain calm. That's a big thing, that when people start to encounter a dangerous situation on the road, when they overreact, that tends to lead to a bigger problem. So if you're driving and you start hydroplaning, your first natural inclination is to slam on the brakes because you're like, I gotta stop. But slamming on your brakes will actually cause you to fishtail and give you more problems. So staying calm under stressful situations is something that can actually lead to safety. Plan your route. You always want to know where you're going in advance. Think about things like roadblocks and things like that. I have a sister who she's actually my sister-in-law. I'm an only child, but anyways, I digress. She actually saw a bridge fall as a kid. It was the Skyway, and it was this huge bridge, and now she is terrified of going over bridges. So she knows where bridges are in her area, and she plans her route to avoid them. That's not something everybody would have to do, but knowing where you're going in advance is something that can help keep you safe. The first car accident I ever got in, I was 16 and I accidentally missed a turn because I didn't know my route. I was going a new place and I ended up downtown and I was so overwhelmed by the things around me. I remember there was a homeless person walking by me and I was just overwhelmed and I wasn't paying attention and I didn't know where to go and the light turned red and I kept going and someone T-boned me because I didn't know where I was going and wasn't very aware. So planning your route in advance and knowing where you're going will help you with that. Be aware of your surroundings. This is part of staying focused. You always want to know where people are at around you. So you're going to constantly be checking your mirrors, look to the side, look behind you. That way, if there's an incident, you know if you can get into the lane quickly. You also want to leave space between the car in front of you. And if you are aware of how quick you're going and how quick they're going, that will help out with that. You want to watch for dangerous drivers. Sometimes there are people that are driving erratically on the road around you. So you want to slow down and let them get away or pass them and you get away because there are some people that make bad decisions on the road. You also want to look for pedestrians and bicyclists and children if you're in neighborhoods. So being aware of what's going on around you will help with that. Do not depend on other drivers. So just because that car has their turn signal on doesn't mean you should go ahead and pull out, because if they happen to have it on for no reason and you pull out, they could hit you. So don't depend on them. Don't assume that they're going to do the right thing. Actually assume that they're going to do something wrong. If you see somebody approaching the red light and it's green for you, but you think they're going to go, slow down and let them pass, because people do intentionally and unintentionally run red lights. I was an example of that earlier. Keep your distance. You always want to space out your the car in front of you. We kind of talked about this a minute ago, but a good rule to follow is the 3 to 4 second rule. You should always be at least 3 to 4 seconds behind them so that if they have to slam on their brakes, you have time to slam on yours. Keep your speed down. Typically, there's a reason for a speed limit. So if you're going faster, your car is harder to control. It's harder to stop in a quick area. So that's why neighborhoods are typically slower and highways are typically quicker. Cut out distractions, whether that's the people next to you. If you have a friend who's trying to get you to film a TikTok video while you're driving, probably not a good idea. So think about things like that. If the music is too loud that it's distracting you, you want to take that away. If there's little kids screaming in the background, be careful with that too. Some of you might have to drive younger brothers and sisters. And then the last thing is to wear your seatbelt. You always need to wear your seatbelt. I told y'all how I survived a crash because someone stepped in and intervened, but I would not be alive today if it weren't for that happening. I know that it was God and God is in control, and I'm grateful for that, but it's a real thing. Wearing your seatbelt is really, really important, and it can save your life if you choose to follow it. So what are you guys going to do for this major assessment? You're going to do a thing on responsible driving. I call it a thing because you have 3 options. You can either do a PowerPoint that's recorded with your voice over it. So PowerPoint has a record function. I do not know if Slides has that, but you can also use what I'm using. It's called Screencast-O-Matic. It says it down here somewhere, recorded by Screencast-O-Matic, to record over it if you want as well, or you can just video it. Kyla, I think, videoed a PowerPoint that she made as well. So you can kind of think about if you want to do it with that. You can do a Spark Note video. Those are super easy to do. It's nice because you just type in the information, it puts in background music for you, and then you narrate each slide. So those are super easy to do. Or you can just do a regular video. It's up to you. But I have to hear your voice. I don't have to see you, but I need to at least hear your voice. You want this to be between about 2 and 3 minutes. So what are you going to put in this? Well, you're going to put things that are irresponsible driving, and you're going to talk about why you should not be doing them. So your 3 topics are texting and driving, drinking and driving, and irresponsible driving. So you're going to do 5 statistics for each topic. So we've already looked at that long list of 100 statistics, so you guys already have this information. You can get more if you need to, but you're going to put 5 for each. So 5 for texting and driving, 5 for drinking and driving, and 5 for irresponsible driving. That could be racing, high-speed car crash, not paying attention, something along those lines that you guys can kind of tailor this to what you think is the most important. You're picking ones that you think will shock people, and they'll be like, wow, I need to avoid doing this because I don't want this to happen to me. Then you're also going to do 3 ways to avoid each topic. So maybe after texting and driving, you're going to say, to avoid doing this, first, and give me a reason. Second, third, I'm not going to tell these because you guys got to come up with your own. And then you're also going to do 1 real example of a teen who is in prison due to this per topic. So you can Google texting and driving real cases or something along those lines. So with that teen, you're going to put what happened, when it happened, how it happened, and results of the accident. So when they were texting and driving, did they kill their best friend? Did they kill their mom? Did they kill somebody in another car? Was anyone injured? How long are they in jail for? And then the last thing you need to do is remember to cite your sources and include biblical integration. So work in there somehow a Bible verse that's talking about why we need to be more responsible or why we shouldn't be doing these things. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I will show you the rubric really quick and go over that, and then you will be done. So the first thing you can get 5 points for are your texting and driving stats. Are there 5 given? If so, you get 5. If it's 3 to 4, 3, so on and so forth. Same thing for drinking and driving and irresponsible driving statistics. The next thing is the prevention, texting and driving prevention. If you have 3 ways, you get 5 points. If you have 2, you get 3 points. And if you have 1, you get 1 point. Drinking and driving and irresponsible are the same. Next, we're going to go to the real life example. These are worth 10 points each, so don't miss these out. Real life example is given and includes what happened, when it happened, how it happened, and the results of the accident. If you left out the results, you'll lose some points. If you left out the results and how, you'll lose some more points. If you miss it all together, you will lose all 10 points. So that happens for all 3. Last few things, biblical integration. You need a Bible verse in their video, and you need to explain how it relates to the topic. If you have a Bible verse but you don't explain, you'll lose 5 points. If you don't have it at all, you'll lose all 10. Understanding, your voice should be easy to understand. There should be no awkward pauses, and your voice should be at a comfortable level, not too quiet where I'm pushing my button all the way up and leaning into here, and not too loud to where I'm having to scoot on back. References, you need 2 sources. So I have already given you 1 with those 100 statistics. You should end up with at least 3 more, and a total of 4, because you're getting those news articles about the people that, the real life examples. Images, appropriate images are used that give value and meaning to the project. I'm not requiring you to have 1 image per video or something along that, but you do need to have images somewhere in there. And then the last thing, spelling and grammar. Make sure there are no spelling or grammatical errors present. Hope you guys have a great day. This will be due on Wednesday. Today is Monday. The only thing you are submitting is the video that you are creating, and that is due on Wednesday. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 11. I'm so excited. I will send out a message to the whole class, and I can't wait to see all your lovely faces tomorrow. Bye.